Hello, and welcome to this mid-morning taste challenge. I have two 40% alcohol Canadian blended whiskeys. Both are bottled in the United States of America. And I don't even think they're sold in Canada, but we get them here. We get a lot of Canadian whiskeys over here. And I'm on the Gulf Coast. Here is Potter's Crown Canadian whiskey, a rare blend of Canadian whiskey distilled and blended in Canada with a crown for King Charles III, King of Canada and Papua New Guinea and Tokelau Island in the Pacific Ocean and the Pitcairn Islands in the Pacific Ocean and the Falkland Islands and other realms and territories around the world. Age 3 years, the minimum. 40% alcohol, the minimum. Introduced in 1983 by Frank-Lin Distilling Company. My hair is falling in my face again. And they are still the same company that started it. So it was started by Frank-Lin, and they still own it today. Although Frank and Lynn have died, their children own it. All right. Bottled in California. Here is Caliber Canadian, premium Canadian whiskey. A smooth and mellow blend from our master distillers. Canadian whiskey with natural flavors, bottled by I.W.A. Distilling Company, Limited, Louisville, Kentucky. Premium, of course. It's got the typical Canadian purple with gold trim bottle. It's got a crown, like I said, for the monarchy, the King of Canada, and two maple leafs for letting you know it's Canada. Premium Canadian whiskey. And then it says it again, Canadian whiskey, to emphasize that it is Canadian whiskey. All right. Introduced in 2004. Let me put that in the notes. Canadian whiskey with natural flavors. Oh, yeah, I did put that. All right, never mind. Sorry. All right. So this is the competitor. This is my main product right now. I'm doing Potter's Crown versus everybody. I think I'm up to like 8 wins, 1 loss, 8-1. I'll check, but it's something like that. I've been winning. It's because this one is a little bit distinctive, and also that these products here from the parent company tend to have a house style. The Sazerac Canada whiskies, they tend to have a house style, which is nuttiness and a little vanilla. So this one is just like toothpick wood, like oak. And somebody was saying to me, toothpick wood. And I was like, yeah, you know, you're like got a toothpick and you're chewing, you can taste that wood type of thing. Doesn't say anything about coloring added. Now, Sazerac, you say, no, it's I.W.A. Distilling. I know, but they own, Sazerac owns I.W.A. Distilling Company Limited, okay? It's one of their, really, it's an alias name is what it really is. I doubt it's an office. All right. But it's the people that handle it could be a separate team, though, because it could handle all the Walmart private label. It is, the trademark's owned by Walmart, okay? So there could be a division of Sazerac that only deals with Walmart. And that could be a big division because Walmart's got the money to make it happen, you know. So I hear sirens. I was praying, you know, there's always some bad wrecks around here. This is age 3 years. This has no age statement. And I don't think I put that in the notes. No, forgot to put that. No age statement. No age statement. Well, we know it's at least 3 years old. If you get an American whiskey with no age statement, then you know it's at least 4 years old. That's not Canada's law. That's America's law. Right? U.S. of America's law. All right, time for the screen share. These are, well, hold on a second. These are both amber gold. So the appearance won't matter. They look about the same. So now it's time for the screen share. Sorry. I usually hit during the daytime because people driving and they're looking at their phone. You ever heard of looking at the road when you drive crazy? You're supposed to look at your phone. Don't you know that? Even anytime I see police or sheriff's department, they're looking. All right, so there's a new building, Frank-Lin Distillers, started in 1966. Really, it was 1933, but they renamed the facility Frank-Lin in 1966 when the husband and wife bought it. Frank and Lynn Lee Maestri. Here's their picture if you want to see it. Frank and Lynn Lee Maestri, when they were very elderly. And they owned it until died. She died in 2019, him in 2008. Now their son, Vince Maestri, runs the show. And who knows, he may be getting ready to turn. Usually that's when the companies blow apart. When it's time for the grandkids, because now you might have to divide it or share it with like 18 people. It's like, oh, I don't know how long E and J Gallo is going to stay united. If you look at the family photo, it's huge now. We are the owners. And I'm like, I don't know how that's going to work. Premium brands, contract bottling, and then value brands is what we're dealing with today. Value brands. Listen to those sirens. Rum. Hammock. Let me put this on there. Pure malt. I got to look this up later. Pure malt whiskey. I got to find out what is a pure whiskey. It's got me a little mixed up. Single malt is, but pure malt got me confused. What does pure malt mean? Pure malt was used throughout the 20th century in a manner synonymous with single malt. What? That's what I thought it meant. So today it means like all malt whiskey, but it could be from different distilleries. I got you. So it's not going to mean much different. No grain whiskey in it. Okay, fine. But it's probably they probably bid, they had an auction and they bid on different single malts and they put it together, but it's still pure Scotch whiskey. These are blends. Okay, let's just look at one brand, Wathen's Bourbon. What the heck is Wathen's Bourbon? I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going to load up. Wow, that's going so slow. Okay, Wathen's Kentucky Bourbon. Single barrel. Charles Medley. Oh, well. I thought that crest looked him. Medley Distillery. Okay, well. So that's a generous pour right there. Looked like he's drinking a generous pour. That red face tells me he drinks a lot of generous. Walthans.com. Okay, Wathans. Okay. Well, maybe one day I'll find it. That's a pretty. Love that glass, don't you? Man. Caliber, look at that, $13.98. I paid $10.96. That was before AB inflation. Still, so these were 99-cent difference, $14.99 and $13.98. One bottle with natural flavors. It says a smooth, mellow master distillers, of course. 40% alcohol by volume. Sip and chill. Enjoy in your favorite cocktails and mixed drinks. Add Caliber whiskey with natural flavors with your favorite alcohol mixers to create tasty cocktail like a Manhattan or an old-fashioned. Canadian whiskey Manhattan and old-fashioned. Store caliber whiskey with natural flavors at room temperature or in the freezer until you're ready to enjoy this premium whiskey. Premium whiskey hard liquor makes sense. Kind of weird way to write it. So there's the picture, you know. Sazerac Company. Oh, look, they changed it. It doesn't say I.W.A. Distilling anymore, according to these new bottles. Oh, what do you know? What do you know? They changed the I.W.A. Distilling label. Well, huh, how about that? They figured they weren't fooling anybody. All right. What do they say here? Amplify your drinking experience. That's what I'm about to do right now, y'all. I'm going to amplify my drinking experience with Caliber Canadian whiskey with natural flavors. Caliber Canadian whiskey, they keep saying it, natural flavors is a smooth, mellow blend from Caliber's master distillers. This 80 proof whiskey, okay, we already read all that. Has a premium whiskey without the premium whiskey price. Store it at room temperature or in the free. Okay, we already read that. All right. Any more information? Alcohol class and type, Canadian whiskey. Flavor notes, smooth and mellow taste. Material, plastic. Plastic. Manufacturer, Sazerac Company. Shelf stable. Okay, so now Walmart's really giving a lot of detail. Their websites now. They're telling you, giving a whole spreadsheet. Sazerac. And then it's such a rare Sazerac. Oh, it's like a comparison, like if you get on Toyota.com where they compare the different car models. These are all from the same parent. Sazerac, 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 Sazerac. Okay. Well, no mystery, folks. No mystery there. And that's the way I like it. I don't like these games that they play with all these alias names, you know. Now they just shooting straight. Maybe they decided, you know what, let's stop playing games. We'll just put Sazerac on everything. And everybody knows already. Well, at least this guy in Louisiana doing the videos done exposed it. But, you know, it's fine. And why not be proud of your name? So I noticed when Rouse's sells all the Sazerac products on their flyer, they'll have the big thing, Sazerac Company. I'm tempted to go to Walmart and go look at that and see what they're showing on that shelf, though. It's got me tempted, I'll tell you right now. I only have to drive 1/8 of a mile. All right. Smells like corn and oak and not anything else. Corn, oak, okay, maybe rye whiskey. This smells like they got flavoring added, like some vanilla and almond oil or something. I don't know, something like that. Got me thinking. Got hair by my nose. You know, when you get older, you get hair all in your nose, and hair coming out your ears, like an old caveman, like a middle-aged caveman. It's so easy, even a caveman could do it. Isn't that what they say? All right. Well, that's a deep subject. No, but well, I mean, it tastes fine. It tastes like regular old Canadian whiskey, which to me means good whiskey. Some people are vampire to a crucifix. When they hear Canadian whiskey, they're all like excited and dramatic. Oh no, oh no, no, oh no, it's so bad, it's so bad. And I'm tasting it and like, what are you talking about? And they'll be all excited, you know, I only drink bourbon, I only drink bourbon, I only drink bourbon. And then you try bourbon, it's like, okay, well, kind of tastes like that. That's a lot of corn, and that's a lot of sweet corn, and that's a lot of sugar, and that's a lot of sugar. There's a little rye, there's a little rye, there's some oak, there's some oak. Okay. Now, of course, the bourbon's going to have that char note, the charred oak. Okay, so that's a difference. I'll concede that. I agree with that. But to say it's so profound, like, oh no, it's so different. Oh, there's Melanie. Because this one's mostly corn, but that other one is mostly corn, and that makes a big difference. Oh man. All right. Oh yeah. That's caliber. Better say letter C on there. C for caliber. Well, how do I know that? Well, I didn't cheat. It's because the caliber has that vanilla flavor. Do they add vanilla to it? Probably. And so what? Because after all, it's allowed. I'm not saying they should do it. I'm not. You're saying, oh, you work for Canada. I wish I did work for Canada. Just kidding. But no, I mean, it's just like it's allowed, so they do it. It's allowed. Canadian whiskey is allowed to have flavoring added. It's as simple as that. So sometimes they add it, sometimes they don't. You say American whiskey can't add flavoring. American whiskey cannot add flavoring. Well, actually, it can. Bourbon whiskey cannot have flavoring. Well, not technically, but in reality, it depends how you spin that wheel. Because I see some bourbon whiskeys with natural flavors on the shelf every day. You say, but the company is going to say it's not a flavor bourbon. It's a bourbon whiskey with natural flavors. Oh, that makes a big difference. It wasn't a car wreck. It was a wreck with a car. Okay, but straight bourbon, yeah, you're on the safe side there. If you go to Walmart right over here and get Evan Williams 1783, yeah, straight bourbon, no flavoring added, no coloring added. You got it. Made in the shake. Get any bottle and bond, get early times bottled and bond whiskey, not going to have flavoring added, and it's not going to have coloring added. You say, what about this Kentucky gentleman, Kentucky blended bourbon? That looks good. Well, I hate to tell you, but blended bourbon can have flavoring added. A blend of straight bourbons can have flavoring added. American blended, just straight old, not straight. We don't even use that word. Sorry, just regular old American blended whiskey can have coloring and flavoring added. Oh, and they're having a big old fight over the tequila thing right now. This tequila thing about, additives or no additives. And it's a big old showdown, right? But with the whiskey world, it's not a showdown because it's like, story is over. The story has been over. In North America, you can add flavoring, and clearly they're doing it right here. Well, obviously they're doing it. They say it on the label. Here's the good part. The flavors taste good. Natural flavors too, not artificial. Whoop. Now this one doesn't taste like they're adding flavoring, and I don't think they are. But you could write to the company. If they refuse to answer the question, then you'll know they're using it. Because they're going to either give you two answers, one of two answers. Either they're going to tell you, absolutely not. We never add flavor into that whiskey. Now you know. Or they'll say something like, we don't discuss our internal operations, so forth. Well, then you know the answer. They're adding flavoring. But it doesn't taste like it. I would bet if you asked them, they'd say no. But I'm not interested enough to ask them. But I mean, if I was interested enough, I would ask them. Yeah, just tastes like basic whiskey, but basic good whiskey. You know what I mean? Like not basic bad whiskey, just good, not great, nothing special, nothing to get excited about. Maybe that's why it's $14.99, and that's almost assuredly why it's $14.99. Now, what about caliber? Now, according to Walmart, this is great. I just showed you the website. They're saying this thing is amazing. You can make a Manhattan. You can make an old fashioned. You could put it in the freezer. You could store it at room temperature. You could sip it neat. You could sip it with ice. You can make all these cocktails. What did they say? You're going to accentuate. What was the term? You're going to accelerate. I think that's what they said. Your drinking experience with this. So they're not holding back. Walmart is saying this is something you need to find. You need to buy it. This needs to be in your home right now for $13.98 for this huge bottle. Now, I did not pay $13.98 for this huge bottle. You want me to tell you what I paid for this? Anyone want to know? Anyone? Well, I paid $5 for it. They had it at Rouse's of all places. Well, as you know, Rouse's is not Walmart. Rouse's is a family-owned independent grocer on the Gulf Coast of the United States, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. 2 bottles for $10. 2 bottles for $10. Now, I knew right there something was wrong. I said, something ain't right. First problem, Walmart owns the trademark, not Rouse's. Second problem, there's no way it could be that cheap. That doesn't make sense. I think what happened was the distributor sent it to the wrong store. It was supposed to go to Walmart. They sent it to Rouse's, and Rouse's called them and said, we didn't order this caliber. And then the distributor said, oh, well, just keep it. It's too much trouble. And then Walmart might have told them, we don't care, just sell it, but don't make a habit of doing it. And they said, okay, so, or it could have been Walmart had an overflow. They had too much. And they said, look, this month, could you just auction it off to other people? And they got a little thing set up where they get a certain percentage and they don't lose money. Yeah, we'll do that. And then Rouse's sold it for $5. Imagine a bottle of whiskey this big for $5. Sounds like a lie, right? True story. Now, it could have been even a greater story if it had no ethics. Because the girl had to ring it up by hand because it was just a tag. It's like an adhesive, the stickers on the bottle. So it wouldn't ring up. She couldn't scan it. So she's typing it in. And I'm watching her. She's typing it in, $2.50 each. $2.50 each. I said, what are you doing? She said, well, it's 2 for $10. I said, so you're typing in $2.50? She said, yeah, because it's half price. I said, half of 10 is 5, not $2.50. And then she told me again, yeah, but it's 2 for $10. I said, just ring up $5 each. So she canceled that out and she rang it up $5 each, and I paid $10 plus tax. I mean, I was like amazed that she couldn't figure this out. And secondly, I'm not going to sit there and steal these people's whiskey. It's already 90%, 90% off discount or 85% off. That's I'm not making that story up. I can even tell you what line I was in. I can tell you what Rouse's I was in, but I won't say that. You don't want to cause trouble for people. It used to be a Schwegmans. Schwegmans went out of business. They got bought. Well, it was run. Butch Willie says, hello, Butch. All right, so let me tackle this here. Then I'll call the winner. Personally, I prefer the caliber because I'll admit I do like the vanilla flavor and the nutty flavor. Like I'm thinking to me it tastes like walnut oil, but I really don't know. I prefer that over the pure whiskey flavor. And you might come at me and say, you're not a purist. You're fake. Only real men drink pure whiskey. No real man would drink a whiskey with a Canadian whiskey or American or Japanese or whatever with natural flavors. Well, okay, but I don't care. I'm not trying to be a real man. I'm just trying to taste the products and tell you what I think. So, in my opinion, I think it tastes better on a personal basis. Now, as far as quality control, which one is better made? Oh, I think they're about the same. This one is fine. It's probably more authentic Canadian whiskey flavor. Be that as it may, some people don't like that flavor. It's too basic or too. I think it's too stark. Like it's too standardized. It doesn't have enough char. Doesn't have enough all of this savoir faire stuff. But it's just reliable. Cutting wood, frying fish on a pan by the river in Canada. It's so cold. That kind of thing. This one, hmm, hey, well, blow me down, but I prefer it. Now, my friend David would say everything you give a good score to has got flavor, and everything with you is about flavor. And you like this because it's sweet, and you like that because it tastes like cocoa. You're not a real man because you don't like regular beer. He'll attack me like that. I'll say, no, that's not really the case. It's that I find products and they happen to have flavor, and so I taste them and they taste good, so I give them a good score. I'm not out there actively seeking out flavored products, okay? I'm not actively seeking out flavored beer or flavored wine or flavored whiskey or rum or anything, tequila even. They even have, I can go to a store and find tequila with natural flavors, if you can believe it. But I'm not on some crusade to find that. However, I find them. They're not rare. They're common. They're common. So if I taste the product, which I wasn't even looking for to start with, and I just bought it because it was on the shelf, and it tastes good, I'm gonna give it a good score. I'm not gonna say, oh no, I better give it a bad score because people are gonna say I'm giving too many high grades for flavor stuff. I don't run it like that. Which Willie says, yeah, well, at least you're not playing dress up. You might know what I mean. Uh, Maybe I know what you mean. Wearing a black T-shirt is definitely not playing dress up, but I have been known to wear that what's that African shirt that I bought it in 1985 for 50 cents at a yard sale. I look like Jomo Kenyatta or Kwame Nkrumah or Eldridge Cleaver, but I wear it. But anyway, I might have to do another video with that. Oh, dashiki. Uh, have people been giving you crap for that shirt since it's not your culture? No, actually, nobody ever gave me any business on that. They just said that's a very strange shirt, or they said I like the shirt. It's funny. It's funny. Like Karen said, like with the helicopters flying over the shop, it's funny. It's funny. A hat, but yeah, that daishiki, yeah, it's not my culture, but I appropriated it, for my videos. But anyway, so the winner is there is no winner. The winner is a personal preference issue. If you like the more standardized Canadian whiskey, go with Potter's Crown. It should work fine. Very authentic, old timey taste. If you want the newer, uh, modern American, everything got to taste like vanilla and sugar flavor, then get this one because you know how Americans, they want to eat sugar on all occasions. Get that one. All right, well, y'all take care now, and I'll see y'all, God willing, tomorrow evening for Fandango Friday. Any liquor or liqueur, and I'm bringing that Tamarico chamoy liquor. You say, oh, Mexican. Oh, I love Mexico. Well, this is from Illinois, Mexican style, and that was sent to me by the company, so I'm ready to present that tomorrow evening at 6:30 Eastern time, and then it'll be back to More Canadian showdowns. All right, now take it easy. You too, Butch. Thanks for watching and making good comments. Y'all take care now.